Hi, Christine Faulkner here with Kava and Faulkner, trust attorney in Elk Grove, California. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Christine's Family Wealth Planning Secrets. Have you ever wondered if you're contemplating marriage, whether you need a prenuptial? Did you know that working with a trust attorney in Elk Grove can save you the hassle of having to have that conversation with your soon-to-be spouse about executing a prenuptial? I know that can be really uncomfortable to ask for a prenuptial, especially if your spouse to be isn't really expecting it. It can be a difficult conversation. Did you know that creating an estate plan can actually help you kind of in the long run by outlining which property belongs to you, which property belongs to your spouse, and if you ever were to get a divorce, it can make things a lot easier. The great thing about creating a prenuptial is that while it can be an emotional process, if you've already talked about these things in estate planning, it can make it a lot easier. Having to ask your spouse to sign a prenuptial can be a real downer. And it can even end relationships. So thinking long and hard about whether a prenuptial agreement is for you is number one. You obviously need to define, do you need to do this? If you feel strongly that you really want to define what is yours, what is theirs, and what belongs to the both of you, and doing so with a prenuptial agreement, having a discussion about this during a family wealth planning session, during estate planning, can really pave the way to make things easy, make sure that the two of you are on the same page. And whether a prenuptial is necessary and is going to solve all of your problems is what our article is about today. It can definitely define rights and obligations when it comes to separate property, community property, etc. But there are some things that prenuptials really cannot solve, which have to do with child custody. Spousal support, yes. Child support, no. So give some thought to whether a prenuptial is important to you, how it will impact your relationship, and whether possibly making things easier through creating an estate plan, or at least talking about that, is a good first step in kind of resolving these issues. One of the things that we talk about in the article is, deciding these things when things are good is the best time to do it. Obviously, when things are not great, that is not the time to be reasonably discussing anything. So check out our article today about the pros and cons of prenuptials and how estate planning can actually either obviate the need for a prenuptial or make things easier in the event you do end up in a divorce situation. Great article for those thinking about this. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Christine's Family Wealth Planning Secrets. And if you are thinking of working with a trust attorney in Elk Grove, please consider us. If you've already worked with us and you know people who are looking for an Elk Grove trust attorney, an Elk Grove will attorney, or estate planning attorney, please keep us in mind to refer your family and friends to. Take care and see you next week.